Hey, ELA Monsters, happy Friday. It is May 15th, 2026. We've got 5 days of school left, counting today, and so we're really close to the end. For today, taking a look at some workbook pages, getting some extra practice with some of our poems from our book, One Last Word. Starting out with pages 194 to 196. On the board, you'll see it says 194 to 200, but I'm going to break it down a little bit further. 194 to 196 is dealing with The Negro Speaks of Rivers by Langston Hughes. That's in our book on page 65. Asking a series of questions following that IAR format. Even though we're past our IAR for this year, the practice for it does not go away. We want to continue to practice, get ready for when it comes around next year. So we're continuing to practice it with these skills here. Next up, looking at some synthesis questions for calling dreams, which you can also find in the book. It's going to be on page 31, Georgia Douglas Johnson on that one. We've got some synthesis questions, 197 through 198. A little bit of writing with those, so making sure you're getting that done. As noted on the board, you may work with a partner. This will count towards quarter 4 grades. If your workbook is missing, those pages are missing, something like that, just make sure you and your partner go ahead and both get your names onto that. Some synthesis questions for hope. One of them that we analyzed in class, but of course you were not allowed to use for the makeup exam if you hadn't done it in the first place. Again, Georgia Douglas Johnson, that's going to be on page 56. And so that one's going to go 199 to 200. Then you can flip forward a bit. We're going to skip some of the biography stuff that it talks about, some of the descriptions that are in here. We're going all the way to page 215. 215 then is looking at his motto, which is in the workbook. So you can drop back on that one. His motto part 1 on page 215, same style of questions. His motto part 2 on 217. And then the Boy and the Bayonet part 1 on 219. Boy and the Bayonet part 2 picks up on 221. And we are going through 222. Then a quick write, falling forward. Write about a time you failed at something or made a big mistake. How do people around you support you or fail to do so? What did you learn? Why is it important to fail forward and have a growth mindset in life? So kind of the type of thing we've talked about with our second step lessons. Touching on it here, doing a quick write on that on page 223. And then finally, just looking at some practices with sentences from 224 through 228. It's specifically looking at the writing style that we've used, the proof paragraphs, the intro, the conclusion. But honestly, even if it's breaking down those parts, it's just looking for you to define independent and dependent clauses. Where are you seeing, the noun or the verb in a particular sentence? That type of thing. They're really straightforward. Just getting some extra practice on those grammar pieces that we've worked on since the beginning of the year as well. That's what I've got for you for today. Have a really great day. Have a really great weekend. Be nice to everybody. Love you. I will see you guys on Monday.